time she was not enjoying being singing. So I was nicely dressed. I was also singing at the time. So I was nicely dressed. So I'm going to her work and she's like, Jay, you look this beautiful and you are singing. so so I want to raise this point because people actually stop living their lives thinking I'll start living my life. I'll start. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nombuso Mathabela and you are watching the LiQWYD YouTube channel, a channel that aims to build a community of women who are all about self-love, self-appreciation, self-acceptance and self-commitment. Today I am with one of those women who are all about self-love, self-acceptance, self-appreciation and self-commitment, and she is a very dear friend to me. She's my spiritual sister, my spiritual friend, my spiritual everything, you know. So today we are talking about being single. Hello Queen.
Hello everyone. I am Queen and thank you for having me in this channel.
We're so excited to have you here, and today we will be discussing about singleness. I don't know whether it's singleness or singleship, but we are discussing
or running solo,
whatever you want to call it, but that is what we are discussing. Reason being, most of people think being single is a bad thing and they don't want to be single. Everyone is seeking to be in a relationship, everyone is seeking marriage, seeking to be with a boyfriend, with a girlfriend. People don't want to be alone, and they actually think that being alone is some sort of a curse, or it means you're not beautiful, you're not attractive, you're looking for that validation, you're looking someone to live your life with. And when you're single, you don't actually get time to spend with yourself and with your God, and to get to know yourself and know what you like, know what your purpose is, know your vision, know your goals. When we are single, we are rushing to be in relationships instead of taking that time to actually be with ourselves. It's like we are scared of being with ourselves. So today we're talking about that, and before I get into much of what we're going to be talking about, let me get the video started. Okay, so singleness, singleship, I don't know what they call it, but being single. So being single, I thought, let me invite Queen and let's talk about this thing, because it's something that people don't want to find themselves in. People run away from being single. People are scared of being alone. They feel FOMO, the fear of missing out. All my friends are in relationships. They don't want to spend time on their own. They actually don't understand that being single has a purpose to it. You're not just single for the sake of being single, but they don't even realize how much power there is in being single. I've come to realize how much power, like as in when I say power, I mean real power. There's real power in being single. So I wanted me and Queen to talk about that, because we talk about it almost each and every day. So I decided, you know what, let's share what we know about this with other people, so that maybe someone who's out there saying, I don't want to be single, I'm always craving a relationship, I always want to be with someone, I'm struggling with loneliness, I'm always crying, I'm always seeking attention from men or from girls because I don't want to be alone. How do I handle this time of being single? And what's the purpose of being single? What's the purpose of being single? And how can I thrive in my single season? So I have my Queen. Okay, so let's start about talking about our experiences of being single. You can start telling us about your experience of being single from there until now, because both of us have been we're in a situation where we didn't want to be single. We were single not by choice. We were single because there were no potential brothers.
There was no one looking.
There was no one looking, and even those who were looking, they were not really
the potential.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say being single is a blessing.
Yes.
It is a blessing. I want to repeat that again, again. With being single, it is a blessing. Right now, I'm in a state of not looking.
Yeah.
I'm in a state of fullness.
Yeah.
I'm in a state of wholeness.
Yeah.
Like I am fine.
Yes.
I am fine. I am single. I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm not looking for a man. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not looking for an inbox, checking my inbox. I can stay the whole day without logging in on Facebook or WhatsApp, because I am not waiting for someone's text. I am settled.
Yeah.
So being single for me, it's a journey, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still learning. Number one, ukuthi, who am I? Who is Queen? Yabona? Not Queen Gamede, lo esimbona manje esithomeni, but deep. Yabona? And then again, I'm learning a lot of things ukuthi, what do I like?
Yeah.
And then ukuthi manje mangizongena ku relationship, what is it that myself first I am going to contribute,
Yeah.
before ngizofuna ukumunya umntwana abantu, yabona into ezinjalo. Yes, so this journey, as I'm saying ukuthi, it is still a journey. I'm learning a lot about myself. I am on a spiritual journey. That's a topic for another day.
That's a topic for another day.
Yes, I'm reading these powerful books. I am whole. Yabona? I am whole. Like, I am happy. Like, I am not rushing to be in a relationship. I am not lonely. I am
You are not lonely. You're
state.
actually enjoying.
I am not
You're
lonely.
enjoying.
I
Yeah.
am not lonely.
Yes.
I am enjoying this state.
This state. So
Yes.
has it always been like that?
Never. Never. After coming from this relationship,
After
my recent relationship,
yeah.
I will be since okay, is there maybe any potential, ukhona ugayanyana ngathi smart nyana, like you have mentioned earlier, ukuthi there may be some guys, but they are not potentials.
Yeah, they're not your type. They're not what you're looking
lonely. I was in a bad mood. I was always sad. I always wanted to go out because I was once in a relationship where we used to go out, fancy restaurants, fancy places, vacations. But now here I am. I am lonely, and my phone, no one is calling me.
No good morning text.
No good morning text. I'm always at home with my parents and kids, and for me that time, that was boring. That was boring. I wanted to be out there with a man. I wanted to be in a relationship. But I felt like, wow, I've made it. It was like an achievement.
Felt like being in a relationship is like, I've made it.
It's like I've made it. So that now I can post pictures, so that now in conversations I can contribute and say my partner than keeping quiet. So but now guys, let's appreciate isikhathi single. Let's appreciate this state. It is time to grow. It is time to know yourself. It is time to have a relationship even with God, because it is in pain that you will know Him. When you are in a relationship, number one, you no longer pray. Number two,
you neglect your relationship with God.
You neglect your relationship with your God. You neglect your relationship with yourself.
With yourself.
Yes.
True.
You neglect your relationship with yourself. Number three, you don't have time for anything except for your boyfriend, your partner. Yes. And what else?
So actually the reason I'm asking you, as you've said, because now you are single and you are enjoying it, you are thriving, you understand what's the purpose of being single. I wanted you to share your experience before you came to this point, because I want people to understand. We actually understand you saying, I don't want to be single, I don't want to be single, I always want to be with a person. I myself also have been in a space where I didn't want to be single, where I thought, no, this is bad, I was lonely, I was miserable, I wanted to be part of the conversation when people talk about their boyfriends or their partners. Now I wanted vacations, I wanted dates, I wanted the good morning text, the I love you, the gifts, and all those things. And the sad thing is that we think all those things are the relationship. We think those things are love, and those things are not the love. Those things are not the relationship. That's not how it's meant to be. All these things that we count as part of the relationship or having a partner, having a boyfriend, is actually the things of this world. Because if you're lonely and you're saying, I want to have a boyfriend, I want to be in a relationship, it means it comes from a place of being unwhole. It comes from a place of not wanting to spend time with yourself. It comes from a place of not understanding that you actually need the time to spend with yourself. It comes from a place of not loving yourself, so you want someone to love you so you can feel good. It comes from a place of not understanding yourself. It comes from a place of saying, I am not enough if I'm on my own. I actually need someone who validates me. Actually, the other day when I was praying, God says there's sometimes the reason you want to be in a relationship is because you think you are not lovable, you think you are not enough, you think you are not beautiful, you think you're not smart and attractive. So you want somebody else to come and tell you that I love you, you are beautiful, you are attractive. You want someone to come and give you that attention so that he can validate this thing inside of you, so that he can tell you something you don't believe about yourself. We actually talked about this, and I made an example that if I am always like, Mina, I'm not beautiful, queen, I don't think I'm attractive, queen, and then you say, no, Nombuso, you're beautiful, you're smart, you make me feel happy because you are disputing what I believe about myself. So most of the time we are looking for someone who will dispute what we think about ourselves. I think I'm not lovable, so I'm not happy. But the minute a man comes and say I love you, it's the most happiest day of my life. This relationship becomes my everything because it is giving me something that I do not believe I have. I think I'm not lovable. So I was in that state for like many years ago, and for a very long time I did not want to be single. For a very long time I did not understand the purpose of being single. I just thought I want to be in a relationship. For me, it was not only what I want to be in a relationship, I wanted to get married. I wanted to get married. And if I look at it, if I had gotten married all those years ago, or even in the past 2 years, I mean, I think I would have been divorced by now. I think I would have destroyed that marriage myself. The foundation that was built on love, I would have taken bricks out of it bit by bit, and it would have collapsed because I was not whole. I was insecure. I did not love myself. I did not understand the purpose of being single. When I was single, I was in a hurry to get out of singleness, out of singleship. I wanted to be in a relationship because I thought, why should I be single? I thought life is being with someone. I thought life, you actually get to enjoy life when you are with someone. You understand? And the other reason I wanted you to share your experience whereby you did not enjoy being single, I wanted to tell this story the other day. So I went to Queen's work. So I was nicely dressed, I was looking fine, and she was like, at that time she was not enjoying being single. She was like, I do not want to be single, I hate being single. And I understood why she was feeling like that, because she had just gotten out of a relationship. When you've just gotten out of a relationship, you don't want to be single. You want to get back to the game again, because you feel empty.
No matter how painful it is, but you still wanna get back into that relationship. Remember, we go out of relationships because of reasons. But despite the reason, despite the pain, you still wanna be there.
You still want to go back to the relationship.
And we're going back to the self-love. The point you raised earlier, Uguti, self-love. When you love yourself, you have boundaries. Like I've said earlier, Uguti, in a relationship, it is the time to know yourself.
In a singleness.
Yes, in a singleness. Yes, in a singleship.
Yes.
It's a time to know yourself. Like now, you just got out of a painful relationship, but because you don't love yourself, because you don't know who you are,
from the other
because
person,
you got the love from other person, not from within. So you accept everything. Everything looks normal. Everything's to you, it's fine. Everything is about like vele kunjalo. Yes. So you don't have boundaries. No muntu angakwenzani. You don't have boundaries. You stay because you don't wanna be single.
Yes. So as I was saying, Uguti, she had just gotten out of a relationship. So when you just gotten out of a relationship, even if you don't want to be with the partner that you're with, but you want to get back into a relationship again, because the person who was filling you up, the person who was telling you I love you, you are beautiful, who was taking you out on dates, is no longer there. So because love came from the other person, now that the other person is gone, you feel empty. So you want to get back into relationships again very quickly, because now you want somebody else to fill you up. So at that time she was not enjoying being single. So I was nicely dressed. I was also single at the time, so I was nicely dressed. So I'm going to her work, and she's like, Jay, you look this beautiful and you are single. So I want to raise these points because people actually stop living their lives thinking, I'll start living my life, I'll start looking beautiful
when I get in a relationship. Yes. After breakup, we start to neglect ourselves. You dress not like before.
You don't take care of your appearance.
Yes, you don't take care of your appearance because you are single. If I dress
who's gonna tell me I'm beautiful? Because once again, it comes back to validation. You want someone to validate you. When you're nicely dressed, you're like, I can't wait for my boyfriend to see me so he can say I'm beautiful. So even that causes conflict in the relationship, because now you get nicely dressed, makeup on point, everything on point, and then you go and meet your boyfriend, and your boyfriend says nothing, and then now you start being
and
bitter.
you're waiting for that compliment, and then he just looks at you and okay, let's go.
So now you start being moody. Now you are sad. You're in pain. He hasn't done
just
anything to you.
He didn't compliment.
He didn't say you look beautiful. Because you were doing this for him, not for yourself. So when you are single,
and it goes back, that's an important point. Most of the time we are doing things for our partners, not for ourselves. When I dress nicely, I'm doing it for my partner. When I do my new hairdo, I'm expecting my partner to tell me with my new hairdo. Even if you can tell me with Queen, my friend, you can tell me it's not enough. It's not enough. And then from there, after telling me, and then I'm waiting for my partner to tell me with my new hairdo. But if I got your next, and then
so moody, you get angry.
I get angry. I accuse him of complimenting other women, but he doesn't compliment me, and then it goes on and on and on, and that those things that they make a relationship to be toxic.
They make a relationship to be toxic because it's filled with so much insecurity. Your partner doesn't do anything wrong, but a fight starts because there are certain expectations that you have. He's supposed to compliment me. He's supposed to tell me he loves me every day. He's supposed to say good morning. He's supposed to say good night. Because when you were single, those are the things you were craving. So now that you're in a relationship and your partner is not doing these things to you, you feel very angry and you are sad. So as I was saying, when you were single, you're looking for your partner to say all these things. So now that your partner is not saying all those things, you like, I'm in a relationship, but I'm lonely. He's not doing this. He's not doing this. Because you did not enter into the relationship to give love. You did not enter into the relationship to actually be peace, to be light, to be love. You entered the relationship because you wanted to fill yourself up. So when your partner is not doing the things that you expected, when he's not filling you up, and then you get angry and moody, and the relationship, as you said, becomes toxic, and you are so insecure in the relationship. You're always looking to blame him and be angry with him for things that are your responsibility. So we enter into when you are single and you are desperate for a relationship, trust me when I say the relationship that you're gonna be in, you're actually gonna be a burden more than a gift to that person. Because you are draining that person, and he comes to a point where now he's empty, but now you are still draining that person
from
because
an empty tank.
You are draining an empty tank because it is about you getting filled up. It is not about you being a gift to the relationship and to the person. Yes. So now we are in a state where we are single and we are thriving. Let's talk about that, ne? So Mina, it's not always been like this. I was once single for 3 years straight, like as in 3 years straight, nothing, no nothing.
No inbox, no flirting,
no nothing. And that time it was when I was in varsity, and up to this day I really believe, I know for a fact that time was for me and God, because at that time God was like, even though Mina I was even though Mina I was like, no, I want to be in a relationship, but God was pouring into me. And then I came back from varsity. I got into a relationship. After that relationship, I got into a relationship. After that relationship, I got into a relationship. And then I was not happy. I was now single, and I was not happy. And the reason I was not happy, I was miserable. And the reason was because I actually wanted to go back to the relationship that I was in, or I wanted someone else to do the very things that were happening in that relationship. And then because that did not happen, I ended up finding joy in being single. I was happy, but not to this level. Now I'm on
another level. Now you're on another level.
Before I entered into a relationship with the person I was in a relationship with, I was happy. Now he knows. I used to tell him, with me now when I was single, I was happy. But after getting out of the relationship with him, now I've found wow, another form of happiness. Let's talk about that. Thriving
Now
in
you
singleness. What
form
have you learned?
another form of happiness. Yeah, I can even attest to that ukuthi see manje sikuphi
Yeah.
YouTube channel, you are doing a lot for yourself. You are finding yourself ukuthi who is Nombuso? What are my goals? What are my vision? What is my purpose? What am I doing with this time? Because we no longer want to waste time. In everything that we do, we want to be intentional. The next time you get in a relationship, you want to be intentional. I'm getting in this relationship because of what? Because of this and this and that. Because of these goals. Because of this vision. I want to achieve this myself. I want to achieve this in my relationship. There are things that you have to achieve individually and I think that you have to achieve both of you with your partner. Yes.
So as Queen was saying that when we are in relationships most of the time, I don't know if you mentioned this, but I think you did, that we lose our purpose, we lose our relationship with God, we lose our focus, we are not intentional about the things that we do. Mina, I can talk for myself and say that when I was in a relationship, I knew I had a lot of potential, I knew I had ideas, I knew all these things, but I didn't do anything about it because I was so comfortable in the relationship. It's nice, everything is going well. My relationship with God deteriorated a lot. Like I did not seek God as I used to seek God. The very God that gave me my purpose, the very God that gave me Thandolwakhe, I started to neglect Thandolwakhe. I started to neglect God. I started focusing now on this relationship and this person simply because I wanted to be filled up by this person, and because he was filling me up, I did not want go to God to get filled up. I need to he's filling me up. I'm getting this happiness. I'm getting this love. So now I'm not going to God to get filled up.
The source of everything, the source of love, the source of joy, the source of peace. Instead, you start to cling. You start to cling on that guy.
Yes.
You check on him now and then. You can't get off your phone. It's always in your hands. And another thing.
And also about I want to talk about something before we end this video. I want to actually talk about what is the purpose of being single. Okay, so what's the purpose of being single? For you, what have you seen? Because since I've been single, this is what I've learned. I've seen that singleness has a purpose. What is that purpose for you?
Personally, for me, being single, like I've mentioned earlier, Uguti, it is a blessing in disguise. It is indeed a blessing. I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot in that short space of time. Yeah, I have learned a lot spiritually. Like I've mentioned earlier, I am still learning spiritually. Who am I, Queen, personally? And then number two, I'm finding out my purpose. What is my purpose? Because everyone has a purpose, whether you know or you don't know, but we human beings have a purpose. We human beings are carrying something that is so powerful within us. So that's the purpose. So I am on that journey again of finding what is exactly my purpose. What is it that a queen does it effortlessly? What is it that I do that I enjoy?
What's in your heart?
What's in my heart? What's in my heart? I am doing that thing wholeheartedly. I'm not forcing myself. I'm not complaining when I'm doing it. I am enjoying it because it is from deep within me. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, being single, yes, I remember one day I think we were on a phone call or I was sending you a voice note. And I was screaming like, Queen, this is a blessing that I cannot express how much of a blessing this is. Because at that time, I was feeling so happy I was feeling happy that I'm single because I was seeing the fruits of being single. I was seeing the fruits of actually spending time with myself. During this time, I saw that the purpose of being single is firstly getting to know yourself. Spending time with yourself. People don't want to spend time with themselves. You get get to spend so much time with yourself, and you get to learn, who am I? What do I love? What do I like? Who do I want to be on earth?
What are my priorities?
What are my priorities?
Yeah, boundaries.
What are my boundaries?
Yeah.
What are my standards? During this time, I got to, actually, God told me about my purpose long time ago, but because I was neglecting it, I was neglecting my relationship with God. God got to put fire inside my heart again for that thing. During this time, I've got to learn what my purpose is. I've got to learn what I love, what I want to do for the rest of my life.
True.
So I can sum it up and say, to me, being single, the purpose of being single is, number one, finding who you are.
Yeah.
Spending time with yourself, spending time with God, and allowing God to pour into you, allowing God to tell you who you are, allowing God to tell you what your purpose is, allowing God to tell you what He has called you for here on earth, allowing God to tell you who are the people He wants you to serve, what mission do you have here on earth, allowing God to tell you what kind of husband does He want for you. Because during that time of singleness, you actually get to understand. When you understand your purpose, your calling, the people you're supposed to serve, the places you're supposed to go to, you get to understand, what kind of partner do I need? What kind of partner will best suit the purpose that God has called me for?
What kind of places?
What kind of places you have to go to? You actually, being single gives you boundaries. You know, I'm no longer going to these places because they taint my purpose. They taint who am I. They taint who I am. I don't sit around people who have these conversations because they taint who I am.
True.
I don't do certain things because they take me away from my purpose. When you are actually single and God starts to pour into you, you learn so much about yourself, who you're supposed to be, places you're supposed to go, people you're supposed to serve. But most of all, you learn what kind of partner do you need? Because before you get into a relationship, because you're lonely, because you want to go on a vacation, because you want affection, you want someone to hold you, to kiss you, to cuddle you, to tell you that I love you, to send you morning text and good night. You want all those things, but all those things are of this world. They are all vanity. We got them here, we will leave them here, and that is not the purpose of relationship. The purpose of relationship is that we are in a relationship because there is a divine purpose on our lives each, and there is a divine purpose that we together have, that we must perform, that we must achieve for the glory of God. So when you are single, God gets to give you that information, because now it's just you and Him. There are no disturbances. I actually want to talk about something that may be very controversial. I don't know why, but I'm going there anyway. Sex.
But before it's very controversial. Before we can go there, the list you have mentioned, it is very, very long. So it needs your whole attention.
It needs your whole attention.
It needs your me time. And even in singleship, you don't get to know those things from day one. No,
it's a journey.
You have to spend time. It's a journey. You will get those things along the way. You will get those things along the way. So it's a journey that needs time. It doesn't happen overnight. Today I am single. The following day, next week I know who am I. I know my goals. I know what I want. I know my boundaries. You might be now single, but there might be some places that you go to, like for example, in the singleship, on December holidays, I went to places that entertains the flesh. I went there, danced strong, and did all those things that I've done there. You know them, Musne. But after the following day, I realized that, wow, I dropped. I dropped spiritually. Waking up in the morning, it was a struggle. Remember, I wake up in the morning and I meditate, I pray, I read the word of God. But on that day, I woke up in the morning, I didn't feel like meditating. The flesh was screaming on me. I was still meditating.
You were meditating about what's happening last night.
Not on what I want now, not on the things that I want to do, not on the things that I do each and every day. You see, so now I am meditating on what happened last night. I'm thinking about those things, and they are nice to my flesh, and I'm enjoying them. So I dropped, and it's hard to go back again. You have to force your flesh. You have to deny your flesh.
You have to force your flesh to enter into the spirit again.
You have to deny it. You have to deny you have to deny the ego in you.
That's another topic.
So that's why I'm saying that in relationship, in singleship, it's a time to know which places to go and which places not to go. So I'm definitely sure no longer going back there. I am no longer going back there, because I know that when I come back, I'm not going to do the things that I am doing now on this journey. And on this journey, I want to do something that will have fruits. I want to progress.
Want to live a meaningful life.
Yes, I want to live a meaningful life. But going backward, forward, forward is a waste of time.
And actually, as you're saying that, when you were in a relationship, going to those places didn't do anything to you.
It didn't.
You got back, you were fine. Life kept going.
Yes.
But because now you are single and you've spent time with God and you spent time with yourself, you've actually gotten to know yourself and your spiritual self to the point where certain places are no longer for you. And you got to find that out when you were single, when you were spending time with yourself and with God. So as I was saying before that, I want us to enter into a very controversial topic, which is actually sex. So I actually want us to talk about sex, because the reason is because there is the flesh and there's the spirit. That's just how things are, whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, but there's a flesh and there's a spirit. And if you're a Christian, the Bible clearly says that you cannot please the spirit and the flesh at the same time. So when you are now single and you're actually focusing on yourself and you're focusing on God gets to really pour into you who you are, who he wants you to be, your calling, your purpose, and all those things, the people you need to serve and stuff like that. So now when you are in a relationship, most of the time, unfortunately, our relationships consist of the things of this world. As I was saying, that the reason you even want to get into a relationship is because of the things of this world. You want to get into a relationship because of the affection, the sex, the money, the vacations, the dates, the good night text, and all those things. They are all things of this world. There is actually nothing spiritual about you wanting to get into the relationship. So when you are in the relationship, most of the time you are pleasing the flesh and you are in the flesh, unfortunately, and therefore God cannot pour into you, because you cannot be pleasing the flesh and pleasing the spirit at the same time. So the purpose of singleness, what I've realized, is that when I'm single, I get a chance to really focus on my spirit, to focus really on God, so that he gets a chance to pour in the things that he wants me to do. Instead, when I'm in a relationship and focusing on the flesh and the things that I do in the flesh, especially sexual relations outside of marriage, they block the spirit of God from doing the things that he wants to do in my life. As the Bible says, do not quench the spirit, do not grieve the spirit. Sex is actually counted in the Bible is one of the things that grieves the Holy Spirit.
Yes, and it is even there biblically. There's a verse where it says even married people, you must take a break from having sex, so that you can focus on the things of the spirit. So sex, when you fast, so sex indeed, it blocks the things of the spirit. Yes, it does feed the things of the flesh, but it blocks the things of the spirit. And obviously, when you are in a relationship, you cannot say let's stop or have a break
especially if your partner does not see any problem with sex outside of marriage.
Like, why? For what? I don't want to. What's the reason? Even if you can mention the reason, but he will still pursue you. He will still make moves. He will still lead you to having sexual intercourse. So indeed, sex, it blocks you spiritually. You have to take time off from sex, so that you can focus on your spirit. You cannot feed both. You have to choose one.
You cannot feed both. It's either you feed in your spirit or you feed in your flesh. Yes. So we can sum it up and say the purpose of being single, first of all, being single is a gift.
Yeah.
A gift.
Number one,
it is a gift.
Yes.
It is a gift that allows you to know yourself, to know who God wants you to be,
Yes.
to know your purpose, to know your vision,
to know your goals.
Yes.
To know, even there are some people, even they want to pursue studies. Yeah, but you cannot because you are busy. But you cannot have time to study. Once you take your book to study, and then there's a WhatsApp call that gets in, let's go out. So in singleship, you can even do that. No matter how many years you are, whether you're 35 or you can still study for whatever that you want to do. So yes, in singleship, you can pursue all those things, your goals, your visions, knowing yourself, your purpose. You can beautify yourself. You can, it's time to explore yourself, to live your life.
To explore yourself, take yourself out, do things that you like, find out what you love, what you don't love, find out what your boundaries
are, your other talents. There are hidden talents you cannot, your gift that you cannot know of because you are not giving attention to yourself. Because your whole attention is inward in relationship. But when you are single, you have a time for yourself to find things for yourself.
That's true. And actually, to confirm what we are saying, that the relationships take you away from what God wants to do in your life, and your relationship with God suffers because you are in a relationship. Apostle Paul says, I do not want to be in a relationship because I want to focus all my attention on God. That proves to us that really, he even says that when you are married, your attention is divided. It is divided
Focusing
between
God
and your marriage. So now when you are single, you can devote your whole attention,
and it is proven, and it is true.
It is true. You can devote your whole attention to God, and when you devote your whole attention to God, there's no way you won't be happy and have peace and everything, because God gives you everything through us. That you know what, I'm a witness. I don't want to lie and say what I'm not just talking. I'm not just saying this.
You can hear God for yourself.
You can hear God for yourself. It is the most amazing thing you can do for yourself. So when you find yourself single, do not be in a rush to go out. Actually, if you are not happy, stay there in that single state. If you are not happy and
deal with that.
Deal with that. Why am I lonely?
Why am I lonely? Deal with that, whatever that comes in that space of singleness. Deal with it. Loneliness, deal with it. Unhappiness, deal with it. All the anger, all the bitterness and everything, deal with those things. That when you get in a relationship, you know that now if there's something pops up, and you know how to deal with it. If anger comes in, you know how to deal with it. If loneliness, because you can still be lonely in a relationship.
You can.
The problem is that once we're in a relationship, we don't want to feel lonely.
We don't want to feel lonely. And also, ask yourself, why am I lonely? Why is me being with myself a problem to me? Why do I need another person for me to be happy? Why do I need another person to believe that I am beautiful? Why do I need someone to tell me that they love me for me to feel love? What is wrong? And deal with that. Do not seek to find something from the outside to help you numb the feeling of loneliness. Because when we get into the relationship because of loneliness and that, we're not dealing with the thing. We actually like putting a plaster on it, but the wound is still there. The wound is still there. So find out, why am I not happy when I'm single? Why am I always seeking to be in a relationship? Why this? Why that? And ask God, why am I unfulfilled when I'm alone? Why am I unwhole when I'm alone? And ask God, make a prayer. God, please help me during this time. Help me to be happy in my singleness. Help me to find out what is wrong. Why am I alone? Why can I not spend time with myself? Why is it so troublesome for me to actually be alone with my thoughts, with my emotions? Why can't I seek you? Instead, I am seeking a partner. Instead, I am seeking a relationship. Pray about it, and God, trust me, He will lead you, and He will heal you, and He will guide you, and you will be okay. There is nothing wrong with being single. It is the greatest thing ever.
Wrong.
Especially if
enjoy the state.
Especially if you want to get married. You need to enjoy being single, because during that time of singleness, that is actually when God gets to prepare you for marriage. That is when he deals with your anger issues, your insecurities. That is when he gives you boundaries and standards. That is when he gives you a purpose. He fills you up, so that when you enter into the marriage, you enter to give peace, love, and joy. You don't enter to take from the person, but you enter full. And when somebody asks you out, you know what to look for. You know, if the person does something and you realize this is not in line with my purpose, this is not in line with my gifts, me entering this relationship will need me to let go of who God has called me to be. So therefore I cannot be in this relationship. But if you don't know all those things, then you are in a relationship, whether the person is taking you away from purpose, or the relationship is taking you away from yourself. You don't even notice that. You think it's normal, you think it's okay, you think everything is good because they love you. You just go with the flow. But when you have allowed God to pour into you, you get to realize that no, this is a red flag, this is a red flag. Because red flags are not only he beats me up, he cheats on me, he doesn't
his phone is
give
off.
me attention. Those are not the only red flags. Red flags actually should be my purpose and his purpose do not align, therefore we cannot be together. He does not respect my boundaries, he does not respect my standards, therefore this relationship will move me away from who God has called me to be, and that is something I cannot afford to do. So is there anything you like to add before we close this video?
You've said everything. I've said everything from beginning to end. I am saying, but I want to keep on emphasizing this, that being single is a blessing.
It's a gift.
Yeah, it is a gift. Embrace it, love it, stay in it. Don't rush to get out of singleship. Stay there in a singleship. Let God lead you. Let God guide you. He will guide you to the right person, and you will know the right person that you want at the right time. Yes, because now we take everyone that comes along. You just take. But coming from this state of singleship, I tell you.
Yes, actually, I want to close this video. It's too long now, but I want to talk about something that's actually funny about getting into a relationship because of loneliness. You end up dating people you would never date. People you would never date. But because you are lonely and the people that you're looking for, they're not there. You take everyone, someone you would never look at, and you end up being in a relationship with that person because you just want someone to fill you up, because you are not filled when you are on your own. And actually, I also want to say some people get into the relationship because giving is what makes them happy. When they are not giving to someone, maybe giving love to someone and receiving that appreciation, having someone to say, wow, the way you love me, it makes me feel so good. You're such a great partner, you're such a great girlfriend, you're such a great boyfriend, I love the way you do this, I love the way you take me out on vacations and dates. And that validation, I'm actually doing something that is appreciated by someone. So they can't be on their own and be single because they're looking for someone to say, I appreciate you. You are doing good.
Always. Thank you.
You are amazing.
You're amazing.
Yes, that's another validation that people struggle with. That causes them to be in bad relationships or want to be in relationships at the wrong time. So now I think that's that.
It's done. It's finito.
Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, we were talking. I hope you can pick something up there for yourself. That singleship is really nothing to be afraid of. It is something that you need to dig deep into and find out. If there's something wrong that you're feeling when you're single, ask yourself, why am I feeling that thing? Why am I unhappy? Why am I unhappy? Should say I'm not happy with myself. So that's it. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, you like the video, share, comment, and click on the notification button so that you can know every time I post. Thank you so much, Queen, for coming. Thank you, and bye.